And a very good evening to you. Welcome to Ballers Baseball here on 860 AM The Answer. I'm Tyler Peterson. We are live from Idaho Falls, Idaho. This is the first of a two-game set here in Idaho Falls before a three-game set at home, potentially in the Pioneer League Championship. It's Oakland and the Idaho Falls Chuckers, a team that beat the Missoula Paddleheads in 3 games and has earned the right to host these first 2 games against the Oakland Ballers. So glad you could join us here on 860 AM The Answer. The Ballers just getting announced to their positions, or I should say announced out on the field. Both teams will line up, and the lineup for the Ballers is as follows in Championship Game 1. Tremaine Cobb, the shortstop, will lead off, followed by Nick Leahy, the third baseman. He will bat second. Cam Buford will be the DH. Christian Almanza will clean up, and he will play first. Daniel Harris at second base. He'll bat fifth. Dylan Tatum, the catcher, will bat sixth. Isai Santos in left field will bat seventh. TJ McKenzie in right field will bat eighth. And Darryl Buggs, the center fielder, he will bat ninth. 3 speedy outfielders because there is a big outfield here in Idaho Falls. 350 down the left field line, 340 down the right field line, and to center it's 390. A lot of space in those power alleys as well. And they've got a powerful club. We will see Reed Butts on the mound for Oakland. He'll make his first postseason start of his career, starting Game 1 for Oakland. As for Idaho Falls, we'll get to learn a lineup that we have not seen this year. It's a very heavy California lineup as far as where most of their hitters are from, and there are probably some names which you will remember from last season's matchups as well. Eddie Pelk, the left fielder, will lead things off for the Chuckers, followed by Trevor Rogers, the first baseman. Johnny Pappas, the catcher, will hit third. Benjamin Rosengard, the shortstop, will clean up. Garrett Ostrander, the right fielder, bats fifth. Spencer Rich in center field will bat sixth. Simon Baumgart, the DH, who hits seventh, who is a teammate of Lou Helmick on Team Germany, although he is an American. He bats seventh, will be the DH. Kirkland Banks, we know that name very well, a former YOLO and Yuba Sutter high wheeler. He will bat eighth, and Jacob Jablonski, the switch-hitting infielder, will bat ninth. On the mound for the Chuckers today will be Nathan Shin, who is from Pleasanton. Shin is a left-handed pitcher, and the Ballers are going with a heavy right-handed hitting lineup tonight. This is new territory for Oakland. They have never been in a championship, and for a team only in its second year to have made the playoffs twice and now to have made the championship in their second year, it's quite an accomplishment. Of course, the best team ever in the regular season at 73-23. But it matters little if you cannot bring the ring home. So they're going to try to win a couple of games here in Oakland or in Idaho Falls before coming back to Oakland. Tickets are on sale now for all 3 games in Oakland, and I do understand there are limited amounts of general admission seats left for that Friday game. You can get in the door for $20 to a championship game. Those are the bargain bleachers at the end of the right field section. There's only a couple hundred of those left. So I'll tell you what, Friday is headed toward a sellout. There may be a Game 4 or Game 5, so if you can't get in Friday, please come out Saturday or Sunday. It should be a great series. Oakland barely squeaking by the Ogden Raptors, and barely because they took it to a Game 3 where the only run in a 1-0 shutout by Oakland came on an error by the catcher Carmine Lane, who threw the ball off the body of Isai Santos on a double steal. TJ McKenzie comes home. And these pitchers for Oakland are going to set the tone here in what could be a higher score. We are up in the mountains for the first time in the playoffs. We will see what happens here in Idaho Falls. We're expecting good weather for both days. And today, we are going to have a first pitch right around 67 degrees. So maybe not all that different from regular first pitch in Oakland. Low 70s in the air. I do see a man on the field to sing the national anthem That looks like Rob Farnham, who's been doing the national anthem in Idaho Falls for many, many years. We will pause. Well, I hate to disappoint you. The microphone was not working on the field, but Rob Farnham, who, as I said, has been doing the national anthem here at Idaho Falls for a very long time, is more of an operatic singer than most, if you get my drift. Our umpires for tonight, behind home plate in the light blue, will be Cody Kernut, Travis Schatzman at first. Frank Flugrat is at second, and Rob Minter is at third. A umpiring crew that gets a lot of work in the Mountain States. Rob Minter is the youngest on this umpiring crew, and he has been umpiring for, I think, all but 1 year of the Pioneer League's existence. Idaho Falls walks out to the mound to their positions. Nathan Shin grabs the baseball. 3-4 this year between two teams. The Chuckers sought him out from the Grand Junction Jackalopes. He's a left-hander from Pleasanton, as we said, and I'm going to look back very quickly to see whether or not we saw him earlier in the year. We did not, so this will be the first time that Shin will take on the Oakland Ballers this year. 3-4 between both teams, a 7.23 ERA. His defense, it's Pelk in left, Rich in center, Ostrander in right, with Banks at third, Rosengard at short, Jablonski at second, Rogers at first, and Johnny Pappas behind home plate. I'm Tyler Peterson. We have Nevada Cullen producing from Florida as a, let's say, assistant tonight, assistant producer, let's call him. So everybody's tuned in, and we are so glad to have you here on 860 on our YouTube stream as well. Ballers will wear the Oakland greens, gray pants and green hats. A team which bats .350, the best batting team in the league, the Idaho Falls Chuckers, against a team that has the best ERA in the league, the Oakland Ballers. And two teams that certainly deserve to play for a championship in 2025. The first pitch from Nathan Shin from the stretch is a fastball low. It's ball one, and we get started at 7:09 p.m. Cobb this season, 296, 8 home runs, 46 driven in. He swings and fouls away a fastball into the parking lot here in Idaho Falls. It's 1-1. It's a light crowd to begin here in Idaho Falls. Just a day to sell tickets after beating the Missoula Paddleheads, and now a very late swing by Cobb as he swings through a fastball above the zone. It's 1-2. Stadium holds about 3,100. The 1-2 pitch to Cobb, he takes inside at 90, and it's now 2-2. The Pioneer League Championship. First two games here at Melaleuca Field. The 2-2 to Cobb. He looks at a fastball down and away for ball one. First batter for Oakland in this championship will take it to a 3-2 count. Shin is set, the high kick, the pitch is swung on, hit down the right field line. Backing up is Ostrander into the corner, and this will go foul. I don't think Cobb hit it all that hard. It went 340 feet down the right field line and dropped into the corner. It's tough from my angle. There's batting cages and really not that much foul territory with the bullpens on the field here in Idaho Falls. But they pinch down to the corners somewhat similar to how they do in Raimondi. But the ball will fly. There's no wind tonight. Another 3-2, and Cobb fouls this off his foot. We'll do the 3-2 again. Infield and outfield both playing back on Cobb. And now another payoff. Cobb swings, line drive or left center field. That's down for a base hit. It's into the gap. Cobb wants extra bases, and he will have a stand-up double to begin Game 1. I think it is imperative with how little Oakland scored in the previous series. Just 6 runs in 3 games. Although they only gave up 4 runs themselves. But it's imperative that the bats get going early and see if they can't give their pitchers a little bit of a cushion. Here is Nick Leahy, the third baseman. The first pitch to Leahy is a half swing called strike on the outside. It's 0-1. We saw Leahy in the lineup twice for Aaron Miles in the 3-game series against Ogden, starting against the lefty in Game 1. Next pitch is swung on and missed, a changeup for the low inside corner on Leahy. It's 0-2. May have been a strike. Set is Shin. Short lead for Cobb. The 0-2 pitch. Leahy swings, line drive toward the shortstop Mata. On the second hop, he has it. And his throw to first is in time. Leahy is retired 6-3, but going to third on the play is Cobb. Leahy was able to hit that up the middle enough that Mata had to go to his left and field with one hand. Just the glove hand sticking out, and then Cobb took advantage of that and headed over to third. So a runner at third, 1 away. Here's Cam Buford. Now, Oakland had chances like this in the first round. Runners at third, less than 2 outs, and could not get those men in. The first pitch to Buford is a pop-up, first base side. Rogers over near the net, and this will get out of play. Not by a ton, maybe about 10 or 15 feet. It was a changeup down and into Buford, and the last thing you want now is a pop-up or a strikeout. Oakland is looking for contact either up the middle or into the outfield. The defense is back for Idaho Falls, and the next pitch is a fastball outside. It's 1-1. Buford on the year led the team in hitting in the regular season at .349. Shin set from the belt, the 1-1 pitch, fastball off the plate. It's 2-1. No score, top of the first. Ballers with a runner at third and 1 away. Shin set. And the 2-1 pitch, Buford takes a fastball up and in. It's 3-1. On deck is Christian Almanza. The 3-1 on its way. Buford will take a strike at the knees at 92. And 3 batters in, our second 3-2 count. The payoff on its way. Buford pops it up out of play. When Oakland came here last year, their only trip to Idaho Falls, they were able to win the series. They took 5 out of 6. Including 5 shutout innings from Reed Butts and a 6-3 win on Sunday. The next pitch to Buford, a fastball fouled back again. Cobb still at third after the leadoff double. Buford needs to put a ball in play. The 3-2 again. It is swung on, grounded softly down the third base line, and foul. The changeup that, honestly, from Shin, that one hung a little bit. But Buford just could not make good contact. Another 3-2 with one away. The pitch, Buford toward right field. In is the right fielder, Ostrander. He will make the catch. They're going to send Cobb. The throw is going to come into the cutoff man, and that's a run for Oakland. Cobb scores on the sacrifice fly by Buford, and it's 1-0. It was shallow. The throw, if it was intended to come home, was offline. The first baseman, Rogers, had to cut it off, and then no throw was made home on a relay. So a run in for Oakland on the RBI sac fly, and now here's Almanza. First pitch, fastball, a touch inside for ball one. That'll get the job done. Oakland was striking out far too much in the first round series as Almanza swings and misses through a changeup. 9 Ks in 8 innings in game 3. And you had 12 in game 2. Almanza, a ground ball down the first base line, but foul. They struck out another 8 times in game 1. And they left men on base. Well, game 1 of this championship series begins with a run for Oakland. The 1-2 to Almanza, he takes a fastball inside. And they're also going to make Shin work here in this first inning. That was the 24th and now going to be 25th pitch of the first. The 2-2, Almanza looks at a breaking ball low, 3-2, another 3-2 pitch. Idaho Falls with just one day off between that and the laugher of a game 3 when they absolutely dominated the Paddleheads. The 3-2 pitch, line drive on one hop to Mata, the shortstop. His throw to first is just in time to get Almanza on another 6-3 putout. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. Tremaine Cobb's leadoff double ends up in a Cam Buford sac fly. And after the top of the first, Oakland leads 1-0 on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Oakland Baseball on the radio on 860 AM The Answer. I'm Tyler Peterson. 1-0 Oakland as we play here in the bottom of the first, the Pioneer League Championship, game 1 of 5, live from Idaho Falls. Reed Butts on the mound for Oakland. Tied for the team lead in wins this year, 9-5 his record, a 5.30 ERA, 90 innings, 106 hits, 70 Ks to 45 walks. Batters are hitting .296 against him this year. He led the team in innings this year with those 90. An interesting year for Reed, who of course made big strides as a starter, his lowest ERA as a professional, and book-ended the year with 7 shutout innings. It was 7 shutout innings in May against Ogden, and then 7 shutout innings against Great Falls. 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. He last pitched 10 days ago on September the 6th. Here is Eddie Pelk, PLC, the left fielder. The first pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. Pelk, 5'11", 205 from Huntington Beach, California. The pitch on its way. That's swung on, hits a left field fairly deep. Moving back is Santos in front of the track. He stops, and he makes the catch. 1 away. Pelk had hit .316, 3 home runs, and 36 RBI this year. And now here's one of the big power bats for them, the first baseman, Trevor Rogers. I think most folks, if you remember last year, will remember Trevor Rogers and the 12 games he had against Idaho Falls. He is a power threat this year. .379, 28 home runs, 104 RBI. The first pitch, fastball, is inside for ball 1. He is a Gator. He is from San Francisco State. The next pitch, outside, 2-0. 2 big years in Idaho Falls. Last year with 14 bombs, this year 28. Also a doubles machine, 37 doubles. A 2-0. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. 2-1. Has a batting stance maybe slightly reminiscent of Matt Olson, which is always good if you're a power hitter. The 2-1 pitch, fastball, just a touch off the plate. And it's 3-1 now. 1-0 Oakland in the bottom of the first. 3-1 count to Rogers with 1 away and the base is empty. Reed into his windup, and the 3-1 pitch is swung on. That's hit to left field. Santos doesn't move. Now he moves back 1 step and puts it away for the second out. Well, amazing work from the starters in the first 3 games of the playoffs. Milliken, 7 innings, 1 earned run. Luke Short, 6 1/3, 2 earned runs. And then, of course, Gabe Tanner's 8 shutout innings. The Ballers are looking for a 4th amazing start from Butts today. Here is Johnny Pappas, the catcher. The first pitch to Pappas is a fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Pappas at .371, 13 home runs and 65 RBI. 2 away, bases are empty. And Reed's 0-1 pitch on its way. He takes a strike at the knees at 89, and Pappas will challenge. It's a confirmed strike, and a unsuccessful challenge. Now, Pappas is a catcher. He's going to want to know where the strike zone is, but in his batting scenario here, that might be a little bit of a wasted challenge. It's 0-2. And the pitch on its way is fouled at the plate. Just got a piece of the Butts curveball. And I know Reed's sort of been sitting on a start for a while. 10 days without pitching, especially as a starter, make you a little bit antsy, but he looks locked in from the start of this game. The 0-2 pitch on its way. It is swung on and missed. A high fastball and a 1-2-3 inning for Reed Butts. Oakland leads 1-0 after 1 on 860 AM. The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball on 860 AM. The Answer. It is 1-0 Oakland after 1 inning here. Harris, Tatum, and Santos. The first three hitters against Nathan Shin, who had a 26-pitch first inning. It was not all that a bad first inning by any means. He allowed just the one hit, and Oakland was able to manufacture a run on a ground ball that got him to third and a sacrifice fly, albeit a shallow one that didn't have the best throw of all time from Ostrander and Wright. But they did get a run across. It's Buford's sac fly that brings in Cobb, and now Harris to lead off the second. The first pitch to Harris is a fastball low for ball one. Second on the team in hitting in the regular season. Had a RBI hit in the second game of the three-game series against the Raptors. It's a 1-1 pitch to Harris, who takes a fastball just off the plate. It's 2-0. Up in the mountain air of Idaho as the next pitch is fouled away. Now, you might not think that Idaho sounds like a very elevated place, but it is. We're some 4,700 feet above sea level here in Idaho Falls. A place that was my home for 2 seasons, Idaho Falls. Next pitch, a ground ball to right field. That's a base hit. Harris is on to begin the second. If you're watching the game currently, one of the two broadcasters is the great John Balgini, who's been, now this is his 40th season of Idaho Falls baseball, and my broadcast partner for 2 years in Idaho Falls. He's inducted into the Team Hall of Fame. He's sort of a legend around these parts, and it was good to catch up with him before the game. Here is Dylan Tatum. Harris on first after the leadoff single, and the first pitch to Tatum is a fastball off the plate for ball one. And right now, I've got to say, we have not seen Cody Kernut, or if we have not seen a ton of him this year. He is money right now behind the plate. I'm watching the TrackMan zone pretty closely. The 1-0 to Tatum, that's down and in. It's 2-0. One nothing Oakland in the second. Leadoff man is on. 2-0 to Dylan Tatum. The next pitch, a fastball at the top of the zone, 2-1. It's a nice take on 2-0 because on 2-0 you're expecting a fastball, you want to swing, you get one that's not really in your hitting zone, so you let that one go. The pitch is fouled at the plate on the changeup. It's 2-2. They've been playing baseball in Idaho Falls since 1940 when they were the Idaho Falls Russets. They've been through a number of incarnations, including the Idaho Falls A's, which Jose Canseco was a member of. A lot of different affiliations here. 2-2, a ground ball slowly hit down third. Charging is Banks. He will have a play at first, and it is just in time. Bobbled it for a second, but still able to get Dylan Tatum 5-3. That will move Harris to second. So not all bad for Oakland there. And that'll bring up Isai Santos. Santos had a nice series in the first round. On base 3 times via 2 hit by pitches and a walk in game 3. Walked in game 2 as well. And then had an RBI single in game 1, and of course drew another walk. The first pitch to Santos is on the inside corner for strike 1, 89 from Shin. A lefty-lefty matchup at the plate with Harris at second. Now the outfield is playing slightly deep, so a ground ball through the infield should score Harris pretty easily. Pitch to Santos is popped up out of play. Ballers are using the third base dugout. Bullpen is on the field down the left field line. 0-2 to Santos, but not a count that he is afraid to hit in whatsoever. The 0-2 pitch, Santos swings, hits one down the left field line. This might be trouble. Over is the left fielder, and that is foul. A little bounce in the Oakland bullpen. A nice job to fight off that pitch if you're Santos, though, because that's coming in right at the top of the inside corner on a lefty-lefty matchup, and he was able to fight that off. Sometimes just a matter of fighting off a pitch until a pitcher makes a mistake. The 0-2 on its way to Santos, and it's a half swing. Does he go? No, says Rob Minter from third. Nearly got Santos on the breaking ball down and away, but it is now 1-2. Shin comes set. Harris a decent lead from second, and the 1-2 pitch, Santos takes in the dirt. Now 2-2. Over 40 pitches now for Shin through 1 1/3 innings. Just some long at bats, not bad work. The 2-2 to Santos. Setting up inside is the catcher, and it is just a touch inside. 91. That is a tough pitch to take if you're Isai. But he does. And once again, early on, we have yet another 3-2 count. A full count, one away. A man at second, 1-0 Oakland. The 3-2 pitch, Santos swings and fouls it away. That was a changeup that hung a little bit, but I think it was going to hang into the top of the zone. Lights are on here at Melaleuca Field. Slightly early twilight. The 3-2 pitch, it swung on, grounded foul. We, of course, here are in Mountain Time Zone, so it's already 7:30. So maybe that's why I feel like it's a little bit of an earlier twilight. Maybe not for them, but maybe for me. We'll see another payoff on its way. Santos pops it up behind home plate and out of play. Santos is only the 7th batter of the game, but already the 3rd who has sent Shin close to a 10-pitch at bat. Another 3-2. Here it is. Santos, a ground ball, foul. There's a argument that often happens in playoffs and tournaments, which is, would you rather be the team that gets more rest, or would you rather be the team that has less rest and you can sort of stay hot if you're hot? Because Idaho Falls only had 1 day off. The Ballers had 2. The 3-2 pitch on its way to Santos. He swings and hits a ball into right field. That's a base hit. They're going to send Harris. Up with the ball is Ostrander. The throw home is a decent one, but it's up in front of the line. And now the ball is thrown to second. Santos slides in. It's an RBI single for Isai Santos, and it's 2-0 Oakland. He goes to second on the throw home, and the throw from the catcher Pappas was too high. And in fact, the shortstop backing up that play made the catch behind second base. So out comes Bob Malacki, who has been the pitching coach here in Idaho Falls since it went into its independent status in 2021. Bob's claim to fame that might interest those of you in the Bay Area listening is that he once, through the first 6 innings of a combined no-hitter against the Oakland Athletics, when he was a member of the Baltimore Orioles, I think either in the early 90s or late 80s. After the single by Santos and the advancement to second, we're going to see T.J. McKenzie, the right fielder. Now, Idaho Falls did not play Colorado Springs this year. So this is a first-time look for T.J. McKenzie against the pitching staff of the Idaho Falls Chuckers. The right-hander McKenzie stands in, finishing off a rookie season in the PBL. The first pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a strike high and away. So Santos at second. McKenzie, who does have some pop. 16 home runs for him this year. Just one of those have come with Oakland. The 0-1 pitch, he takes off the plate, 83, 1-1. Game 1 tonight, game 2 tomorrow, travel day Thursday, and then game 3, and we'll see about 4 and 5 after that. Here's a ball hit down the left field line. This is somewhat shallow coming in the left fielder, and he will have no play as it drops foul. So just underneath that breaking ball there. That was at the bottom of the zone. The ball already, you can tell, has a little bit more carry off the bat, because I don't know that any of these are really getting squared up at all. So if anybody does get into one, it will go. Just a slight breeze headed toward right field right now. Shin's 1-2 on its way. McKenzie fouls that one away sharply. Fastball at the top of the zone did protect that time. McKenzie is the newest baller, acquired right before the trade deadline. 6 feet tall, 190 from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. The next pitch is a fastball low, 2-2. Drafted by the Cardinals in his high school senior season, did not sign. His brother, Tristan McKenzie, the pitcher for the Cleveland Guardians. Athleticism runs in the family. A 2-2 pitch. McKenzie is ready. Shin still bent over with 10 seconds left on the clock. Now comes set. Looks at second, now throws. Here's a ball hit into left field. That's a base hit. They're going to send Santos. Charging the ball in is Pelk, and his throw home is not in time, and now McKenzie takes second. The third hit of the inning, the third single of the inning, and the second time on an RBI single that the cutoff man has been overthrown. Oakland leads 3-0, and very easily for the speedy TJ McKenzie to go into second. And that'll bring up Darryl Buggs the second. Buggsy getting the assignment of patrolling this big center field. Had one start in the previous, the 2 starts in the previous series. Here's a bunt up the first base line, foul. No, I do take that back. Just one start for him. He played in all 3 games. Once as a pinch runner, once as a defensive replacement. He did record his first playoff hit in Game 1. It's an 0-1 pitch to Buggs. He fouls one at the plate on the changeup. It's 0-2. 3-0 Oakland here in the second. Again, this is a matchup between the league's best pitching staff and the league's best offense. Oakland versus Idaho Falls. Shin set on 0-2. The pitch to Buggs is down and in. Slightly had to move out of the way. That left knee sort of buckled back. It's 1-2. Might be able to hear the sounds of industry. A train going by. There goes McKenzie to third. It's in the dirt, and he's going to swipe it. Well, I didn't see the official results of a team 60-yard dash, but either McKenzie or Buggs is the fastest player on the team. And that's another steal for McKenzie. Another playoff steal for McKenzie. Corners are in. The 2-2, Buggs takes in the dirt. He almost swung through that on appeal. No swing, says the umpire at first. Three and two. The pitch to Buggs is swung on and missed. Chased a fastball slightly in, and Shin has his first strikeout. And for him, could not have come at a bigger time. That will have McKenzie at third with 2 outs. Here is Cobb. I'd like to say hello to everyone who's tuned in tonight. A lot of viewers on our YouTube stream. A lot of folks listening in on 860 AM The Answer as Cobb takes a fastball for strike 1 on the outside. He doubled to begin the ball game. He has McKenzie at third with 2 outs, and the pitch on its way. Cobb swings and an inside-out foul ball. The 0-2 pitch to Cobb. He takes in the dirt again. Now they do have to be careful here. It's a fairly big backstop here in Idaho Falls. It's certainly bigger than Raimondi, and there's definitely a chance that McKenzie will go on a ball in the dirt. The 1-2 on its way. Cobb swings and fouls one back. Did not miss that one by much. A fastball at 91 from Shin, the Bay Area native. It should be a fairly well-attended game in Oakland as far as the ticket requests go on the visitors' side for Idaho Falls. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Shin. The side is retired. There's some 16 California players that play for Idaho Falls. But it's 2 runs for Oakland on 3 hits. No errors and a man left on base. RBI singles by Isai Santos and TJ McKenzie. And Oakland leads 3-0 after 1.5. We head to the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM, The Answer. Bottom of 2, 3-0 Oakland in Game 1 of the Pioneer League Championship Series. Reed Butts needed 11 pitches to get through the first inning, retiring Pelk, Rogers, and Pappas. We will see Rosengard, Ostrander, and Rich, a trio who are hitting .463, .371, and .385. By the way, Rosengard's .463 is a qualified batting average. He may not have 300 at-bats. He may only have, let's see just exactly how many, 229. But he has enough plate appearances to qualify. First pitch is a fastball at the top of the zone. It's strike 1. .463, 10 home runs, 57 driven in. Last year a Grand Junction jackalope, and now has really hit his stride here in Idaho Falls. The 0-1 pitch is down in the dirt. It's the kind of batting average that almost makes you sort of question it. You know, if you're hitting .330 or .350, you think, oh, I want to sign this guy. You're hitting .460? All right, well, what's going on? The 1-1 pitch, Rosengard looks at a pitch off the outside. Change up by Reed. It's 2-1. A lefty-lefty matchup. Reed into his windup. The 2-1 on its way. Rosengard pops it up over toward third, but that'll get out of play. Balls in the air will keep carrying here. So anything popped up around the home plate area probably will go foul, and anything smashed in the outfield has a chance to get out. It's a 2-2 count to Rosengard. Butts will work from the windup. Reed a deep breath. The kick and the pitch. It is just off the plate. It is 3-2. In all of Reed's wins, all 9 of them, he has never walked more than 3 hitters. So I think that might be something to keep an eye out today. It's the soft contact for Reed that's his most valuable asset. The 3-2 on its way, and that is a fastball just inside for ball 4. So that's the first walk of the day, the first base runner for Idaho Falls, and here is Garrett Ostrander. .371, 9 home runs, and 51 driven in for the Idaho Falls right fielder this year. They're saying Ostrander, so I'm going to go with Ostrander. Right-handed hitter. Butts' first pitch is a changeup on the inside for strike one. Slide step from Reed to begin the at-bat. Rosengard has swiped just 9 bases. The 0-1 pitch, slide step again. A ground ball toward Leahy. He will flip underhanded Danny at second, and Danny is able to make the catch and keep his foot on the bag. There were few, let's say, great options for Leahy. I don't know that that was option one, but it got the job done, and Harris had to sort of turn into a little bit of a first baseman there and stretch out for that. So a fielder's choice gets Ostrander on, and the out goes 5-4. Here is Spencer Rich, who batted .385 this year for Idaho Falls. First pitch fastball, a touch inside. It's 0-1. 13 home runs and 58 RBIs. The next pitch, Rich swings and misses at 79. Rich is from Winter Park, Florida. 6'2", 200. He played for Clemson and Florida Atlantic University. This is his first professional season. The 1-1 fastball is just low, 2-1. They do their damage with their bats, Idaho Falls. .350 on the year as a team, 168 home runs. They have 150 more runs than the Ballers do, and that's just high. 3-1. Fastball at 89. So a 3-1 count to Rich with this is Ostrander at first now. And the pitch is bouncing up to Tatum. That's ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning, 2 runners on, and that'll bring up the DH Simon Baumgart. Baumgart at .361, 19 home runs, 77 driven in.
Now batting for your Chuckers, designated hitter, number 20, Simon Baumgart.
Baumgart was born in Washington, D.C., but I do believe has a German father. So he is eligible to play on Team Germany and plays with Lou Helmick. First pitch is inside, or at least plays on the same team that Lou played on. I did not see exactly if they were teammates per se, but I do understand that he will head to Europe for some qualifiers after the season. The 1-0 pitch, he swings and misses at 86. It's 1-0. 3-0 Oakland here in the bottom of the second. 1 away and 2 men on for Idaho Falls. Short leads for both runners, the defense playing behind them. Butts comes set, now turns and fires to Baumgart, and he takes a fastball high and in. It's 2-1. So Reed has now fallen behind each hitter this inning, or at least 3 out of the 4. I can't quite remember in the Ostrander at bat whether he did or not. A 2-1 pitch on its way. It's a big swing and a miss on a curveball, sending Baumgart down to a knee. Now 2-2. Baumgart 54 Ks to 39 walks. Not a ton of strikeouts for the amount of bats he had. The 2-2 pitch, it is in the dirt, blocked by Tatum. Both runners took an extra step and then went back. On 3-2, 1 away, I wonder whether or not Troy Percival will opt to send the runners. Troy Percival, the manager of these Idaho Falls Chuckers, former Angels closer, former teammate of Aaron Miles. The 3-2 pitch on its way. It's in the air to center. Bugs barely moves, now backs up a few steps. Now to his right. This is carrying. He will make the catch. The runner's going to head to third. The ball is cut off by Cobb, and he flips to second. So Ostrander gets to third on the F8, and there's runners on the corners with 2 away. Now, here's a batter that Oakland is all too familiar with. It's Kirkland Banks, a player who, with the YOLO High Wheelers, knocked Oakland out of the playoffs in 2024. A player who was with the Yuba Sutter High Wheelers until a couple of weeks left in the year. And it wasn't that long ago that Reed Butts had 3 consecutive starts against Yuba. The last time he faced Banks, it was on, looks like August the 9th by my notes. Banks flied out and walked against Reed. Might have been one start later in the year if Banks was still on that team. But he bats with runners at the corners and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Oakland is leading 3-0. A couple of walks in the inning by Reed. The first pitch to Banks is a fastball at the knees for strike 1. .31 pitches for Butts. The 0-1 pitch, Banks takes a fastball high and in, 89. Banks waits. Now the 1-1 in the dirt. Curveball looked like from Reed. Jablonski is on deck. He's a switch hitter with a lot of power. He's the second baseman. Rich, a short lead from first. Reed comes set. Now the pitch to Banks is a fastball very high. 3-1. So this is a little bit now of a high-stress inning for Butts, who was thrown over 20 pitches. 3 different men have reached base. One was eliminated on a fielder's choice. The 3-1 to Banks is high and in. It's ball 4. It's the 3rd walk of the inning by Reed. So down to second goes Rich, and they're loaded for Jablonski. This is going to bring out Jim Diedrich. So opposite innings so far. 1, 2, 3 in the first, and now 3 walks here in the second. Well, this will give Jablonski an opportunity, if you want to think about things this way. And this is, I mean, when you're in the playoffs, when you're in the championship, you take it almost an inning at a time. He is the potential go-ahead run in this situation, and a guy who hurt Oakland last year with the home run ball. A second-year Idaho Falls Chucker out of Chico State. Jablonski 6'2", 170, or excuse me, 6'2", 215. I was reading Anthony Mata from Mission Hills, California. And of course, the switch hitter will hit from the right side. Ostrander at third, Rich at second, Banks at first. Now, Rich has 20 steals, and we know Banks has speed. Jablonski at the dish with 2 outs. 3-0 Oakland. The first pitch to Jablonski is a breaking ball low for ball 1. So Reed tried to maybe goad him into a swing there. He did not offer. 1-0. He swings, pops this up to right field. Over, now moving in quite rapidly is McKenzie. He will make the catch. The inning is over. It's no runs, no hits, no errors. 3 men left on base for the Chuckers. And it's 3-0 Oakland after 2 on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball on 860 AM. The Answer. I'm Tyler Peterson. We are live from Idaho Falls, Idaho. It's our first trip of the year. We were only going to make the trip if we saw Idaho Falls in the playoffs, and sure enough, we see them here in the Pioneer League Championship. It's game one. It's the top of the third, and it's 3-0 Oakland as Leahy, Buford, and Almanza will take swings against Nathan Shin, who has 61 pitches through 2 innings. Now, we'll see. I don't believe Troy Percival and Bob Malachy will be too shy about pitcher usage today as Leahy fouls one away. Shin, who may or may not get another start in this series, could be scheduled to throw anywhere around 100 pitches, so long as he is still effective. And he has not been, let's say, ineffective, but he has given up 3 runs. Next pitch to Leahy, the fastball, a touch high. It's 1-1. 3 hits, 3 of them singles, 1 double. And then a couple times the Ballers took the extra base on an overthrow. 1-1 by Leahy is fouled back. It's 1-2. And when I say overthrow, I just mean a man who did not hit the cutoff man, that decided to try to gun a guy out at home that really was not very close. And then both Santos and McKenzie smartly taking the extra base. 1 in the first, 2 in the second for Oakland so far. And now a 1-2 pitch to Leahy. He will swing and foul it away. That fastball was right on that high outside corner. It's 1-2. Hello to Aubrey Tolliver, who's chimed in with us, one of our great Ballers hosts. 1-2 is high, 2-2. I see most of our regular dignitaries are checked in as well, our parents and our friends on our YouTube chat. It's so nice to have all of you here. About an hour into this ball game, it's 3-0 Oakland. Next pitch to Leahy is popped up down the right field line, and that'll get out of play, nearing the clubhouse, which is just set back slightly down the right field line beyond the bleachers. Sort of where you might put Scrappy Town if I was to overlay Raimondi Park. Both clubhouses are in the same building. Leahy swings and misses, chases a fastball outside. And, hey, don't look now for Shin, but that's 3 straight batters he's just struck out.
That's another strikeout brought to you by Tag and Go, the official car wash of the Chuckers. Strikeout line for the Tag and Go. Now back to the Ballers.
Here's Buford.
Cam Buford.
Buford knocked the first man in on a sacrifice fly. First pitch to him, he swings and misses. A swing that broke down midway through at 88. It's 0-1. The next pitch, a ground ball sharply hit through the left side. 110 off the bat. It's a single for Buford. Boy, that thing must have sizzled.
Now batting for the Ballers, the first baseman, number 29.
We'll see Christian Almanza now with a man on. Ballers with at least 1 hit in each inning so far. And it might be interesting for some of the Idaho Falls faithful to look up at the board and see a guy who might be batting 296 or 305 or 284 and think, hey, our guys are batting 380. Almanza takes a pitch down low. The Ballers are just such a better road team as far as their offense are concerned. It's like you're taking the training weights off in the mountain air. 3 runs on 5 hits so far. Throw over and Buford is back. Almanza grounded out to short in his first at bat in the first. The 1-0, there goes Buford. The throw from Papisdown is on a hop, and it is not in time. Buford slides in. A stolen base for Cam. He went first move on the lefty Shin, and the throw was not bad. That was a good arm there from the catcher. But the bounce to the shortstop Mata was a little bit high. I would say the throw beat Buford, but certainly not the tag. If that was on the money, he may have been out. The 1-1 pitch, Almanza swings and misses. Got a fastball inside. It's 1-2. Almanza hit a pitch in the first round off one of the Ogden players. It might have even been Edmondson that it's like 92 or 93 up and in. I don't know how he got the bat around to it and sort of flared one into right. Now the next pitch up and in at 89. It's 2-2. 3-0 Oakland here in the top of the third. Shin set on the mound. A look at second, a double look. And now the 2-2 to Almanza hits a ball toward left center field. Coming in the left fielder, he'll have no play. He takes it on a hop, and holding up at third is Buford, who had to wait to see whether or not that ball was going to drop or not. So Almanza is on with a base hit. It was softly hit, not all that different from the spot where Trey Cobb had his double. They'll put men at the corners with one out for Harris. Harris singled sharply through the right side in his first at bat. The first pitch to him. He swings and fouls one out of play. It's 0-1. Saw some Oakland fans in the crowd. From our staff, Casey Pratt, Laura Geist, Paul Friedman, and Brian Carmel are all in attendance. The 0-1 to Danny is swung on and missed. A one-handed swing on 88. It's 0-2. I did see Joe Horton, who's one of our, I use the term fan favorites when you talk about a player. He's one of our fan favorites. Favorite fans. 0-2 pitch. Harris pops it up. This will be out of play as well. Joe's made the trip up. I expect to see quite a few of you this Friday. Whether you're fans or family or friends. The 0-2 pitch, Harris just stays alive as he reached his bat out. And in fact, I think he hit it twice. It bounced up back into his bat. He lunged at a pitch below the zone. Almanza has not moved off of first. I'm sure Shin would love a ground ball with one out. He comes set. The 0-2 pitch to Danny is way high. 1-2. With Buford at third, sending Almanza to second isn't a terrible play because you could try to steal a run at home. But you do want to try to avoid a potential double play. The 1-2, Harris takes low on the fastball at 91. 3-0 Oakland here in the top of the third, one away. Two more singles off of Shin. The 2-2 pitch, Danny swings and misses. The changeup, that looked pretty center cut, but he was just not on it. That's 4 Ks for Shin now. And that'll leave it up to Tatum to try to get something out of this inning. Tatum grounded out to third in his first at bat. It was softly hit, a chop on the grass. The first pitch to Tatum, he takes in the dirt. Ballers did not hit a home run in the Ogden series. They have, however, now tied the most hits they had in any one game in the previous series, 6. It was 6, 5, and 5 in the 3 games. The 1-0, Tatum takes a fastball high, 2-0. The next pitch that Shin throws will be his 85th through 2 2/3. 85th. Let me say that a third time. Here's the 85th pitch, and Tatum fouls it out of play. That is just an awful lot. And the funny part is he has not walked a single batter. He's had a ton of 3-2 counts, but even his groundouts, his strikeouts have come on 3-2 counts. It's a 2-1 to Tatum. The pitch is taken low. Nice eye to lay off the off speed. Now 3-1. Santos waits on deck, who already has an RBI single in this game. And now They're just going to give Tatum ball 4. They're not even going to go after him on 3-1. It's an intentional walk.
Now batting for the Ballers, the left field number 9, Santos.
And that's, I will say, a little bit surprising. But they're going to take the lefty-lefty matchup against Santos, even though he already has a hit in this game. I think that is a baseball stats-driven decision. The first pitch to Santos is a called strike, 89 right down the middle. I say baseball stats as opposed to like advanced stats, right, or analytical stats. That is seeing a guy who's hit over 20 bombs and saying, I don't want to throw him a 3-1 pitch. The 0-1, Santos swings a one-hopper to Jablonski at second. His throw to first is in time, and the intentional walk does pay off. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 men left on base for the Ballers. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. It's the bottom of the third. Oakland leading 3-0 on 860 AM The Answer. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We love to see you all here. Mark Kahn, Isabella Haberman, Nevada Collin. We're going to have to see if we can have Nevada do some call-ins. We might just have to have him fly back out. Top of the order for Idaho Falls. Pelk, Rogers, and Pappas. Butts had an 11-pitch first and then a 26-pitch second. He walked 3 batters, but he left all 3 men on. Pelk flied out to left in his first at-bat. First pitch fastball, a called strike on the inside. I mentioned earlier that Idaho Falls was my first ever baseball assignment in the minor leagues. And that John Balgini was my broadcast partner, a man who has been calling balls now for 40 seasons. Next pitch outside, 1-1. One thing John taught me, he said, don't ever say he flew out. Say he flied out, because the play is a fly out, and that's stuck with me ever since. The 1-1 pitch is a big cut and a miss by Pelk. It's 1-2. John now sits 2 booths to my right, talking with Ben Picorni. They're doing the Flow stream. And they're on local Fox Sports Radio 980 here, the Sports Zone in Idaho Falls. The 1-2 pitch is a ground ball hit up the middle. Cobb will take it behind the bag. His throw to first is scooped by Almanza. It's a 6-3 out to begin the third. One out for Trevor Rogers, who's sporting a very groovy, psychedelic walk-up song. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but definitely something on the reggae spectrum. As we said, Rogers is an SF State Gator, and I'm sure played baseball with Brody Aglite, unless Aglite was still at his community college at that time. May have crossed paths. The first pitch to him is a fastball at the top of the zone for strike one. Rogers flied out to left field in his first at bat. Reed into his windup, the 0-1, and Rogers takes on the corner. Fastball at 88. Well, Idaho Falls burned a challenge early. They don't want to do so here, just on a pretty lackadaisical 0-1 or 1-1 to 0-2 count. That's not really a time to use one when you're not 100% sure, but Reed is now ahead. Now we have time at the plate. Our advanced stats from Nevada Cullen. Aglite. We have a pitch clock violation? No, we do not have a pitch clock violation. Do we? Is it 1 and 2? I don't know. It didn't. It looks like we had time at the plate. The pitch to Rogers is swung on and missed. Ball gets away from Tatum. He picks it up in front of the plate, and his throw to first is in time. So that's a strikeout and a 2-3 putout. It's Reed's second K of the day. And there's 2 outs in the third. Trevor Rogers and Brody Aglite were roommates in 2020. Thank you for that. SF State did play part of a 2020 season, and that year, Rogers hit .205 in 21 games. Here's Johnny Pappas, the catcher. First pitch from Reed, fastball just a touch outside. One 0 is in the dirt. 2-0. Oh, teammates. Excuse me. I said roommates. I misread what Nevada wrote. They were teammates in 2020. The 2-0 from Reed to Pappas. It's swung on and hit toward left center field. Over his bugs, shallow left field, and he will put it away. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Reed Butts against the same 3 batters he got a 1-2-3 inning against in the first. We head to the fourth. A third of our ball game completes. 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM, The Answer. Top of the fourth, Ballers Baseball here on 860 AM. The Answer, it's 3-0. Oakland leads. Nathan Shin on 89 pitches through 3 innings is still out there. And like I said, they only played 2 days ago. And they did use a good chunk of their bullpen in that series. There was one really nice start from Gary Grosjean. There was another great start from Shane Spencer. Those are going to be the 2 that could give Oakland a lot of trouble in this series. They will not see them until maybe games 3 and 4. If one of them pitches, it'll be on short rest, and that would be Grosjean tomorrow. I don't know their probables. I can tell you that it is Noah Milliken scheduled to go tomorrow. And then Luke Short and Gabe Tanner. Here's McKenzie to lead it off, 8-9-1 for Oakland. McKenzie, Bugs, and Cobb. McKenzie shows bunt on the first pitch again and pulls it back. It's a breaking ball below the zone. It's 1-0. So a speedy trio, all right-handed hitters. McKenzie had an RBI single in the second. That brought in Santos. The 1-0 pitch, McKenzie swings and fouls one down the line. I thought initially he might have hit it off his foot, but he actually ran to first as it sort of walked the line to Kirkland Banks down the third baseline. One to McKenzie as he now just comes back to grab his bat at the plate. Three leadoff men in this inning, 8, 9, and 1, McKenzie, Buggs, and Cobb. The 1-1 pitch is a really nice breaking ball by Shin. That's in there 1 and 2. One of the better breaks we have seen by Nathan Shem, and that comes some 92 pitches in. 1-2 on its way. He takes down and away. So Shin has K'd 4. The hardest ball he has allowed was a Buford single. I really cannot say he has pitched poorly. He's only allowed 3 runs. The 2-2, McKenzie swings and fouls it away. That was a more full swing by McKenzie there, but he sends it back over the stands and into the parking lot. I have seen a window break from time to time in the parking lot here at Idaho Falls. The 2-2 pitch, McKenzie takes in the dirt. 3 and 2, another full count. There is a right-hander beginning to loosen for the Chuckers. Like Oakland, I do believe they are going with 14 pitchers. 3-2, McKenzie, a ground ball past the dive of Jablonski. It's into right field. That's 2 hits for McKenzie. McKenzie, I think, I don't know. I would say still waiting for his Oakland moment. I kind of feel like that came when he crossed home plate on the error by the pitcher Lane, but I had said for a while Jake Allgaier was still waiting for his Oakland moment, and it came in a 2-run walk-off single against the High Wheelers. McKenzie already has a steal today, and Shin will check on him. He gets back on a dive. So McKenzie 2 hits today. I think one of his biggest moments, you could say, was the 3-run home run he had in Yuba Sutter. Buggs is at the plate. A second throw over to McKenzie. All right, well, now cat and mouse really cannot be played anymore. McKenzie, I think, will not be afraid to go first move here. It's a slide step from Shin, almost a quick pitch, and Buggs fouls it away. 3-0 Oakland. Leadoff man on here in the top of the 4th. Shin is quick to the plate. The third throw over, what's he doing? That's a balk. I don't know what that was. I mean, unless he's trying to get him. If he's trying to get him, sure, but no doing. McKenzie is balked to second. There's the steal. Maybe Shin just does not want to throw from the slide step. Although it was third that McKenzie stole in the second inning. The 0-1 to Buggs, the full kick. There's a strike. 88. That's only the second time this year we've seen that. The first time, I believe, Alain Lopez stepped off the mound on a third disengagement and moved a runner over. The 0-2 pitch to Buggs is high and away. Fastball at 88. So McKenzie really gets the second for free. 7 hits for Oakland. 6 of them are singles. There goes McKenzie to third, and Buggs hits a ball to first. Rogers has it. He'll run to the bag himself and just beats a diving Buggs. Boy, that was a close play. And give Darryl Buggs a ton of credit for trying to lay it all out on a 3 unassisted. That is a right-handed hitter nearly beating a first baseman to the first base bag. So McKenzie gets to third. Here is Trey Cobb. Cobb a double and a strikeout. Corners are playing halfway. Middle infield is back. First pitch is a fastball on the outside. They've started Cobb with a fastball on the outside in all 3 at-bats. A ball in play could mean a run for Oakland. The 0-1, high and away. Honestly, it should. Barring a ball back to the pitcher's shin or a pop-up on the infield. McKenzie with all his speed, even if you run a contact play on a short hit infield single, that's fouled away. I mean, something that goes to Rogers, maybe on a big hop. McKenzie still has a good chance of scoring. 1-2 to Cobb. And now here comes the infield in. Everybody's in now with 1 out. The pitch to Cobb. He takes low. Now, like I said, a high chop on the infield. That's still in play for McKenzie to come home. 3-0 Oakland. The 2-2 to Cobb. He looks at a pitch low. Oh, no. It's called strike 3, and he's going to challenge. Pitch is a confirmed strike. It was a breaking ball, and so what you have there is a pitch that may have been caught below the zone, but a piece of that ball dives down and catches the zone on its way down. That's a huge strikeout for Shin. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Nick Leahy. The first pitch on its way to Leahy is a fastball high. That was Shin's 106th pitch. This sort of maybe leads me to believe he will not get another start in this series. The 1-0. Leahy, a high drive to left field. This is deep. Pelk is at the track, and he makes the catch. Well, 350 feet toward left center, and he gave it a long ride, but it does not get out. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left on base, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. It is 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM, The Answer. It's the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-0 Oakland. Again, we aren't seeing a bad game from Nathan Shin. It's just taken him, let's see what we're at now, 106 pitches to finish 4 innings of work. So he may not be long for this game. He's given up 7 hits, 6 of them are singles. And then you have the fact that a couple extra base runners took another 90 feet on some throws home. Rosengard, Ostrander, and Rich to face Butts here in the 4th. That trio all reached base in the 2nd inning. Rosengard walked. Ostrander reached on a fielder's choice, and then Rich walked. First pitch is a line drive, center field base hit, and there is the first hit for Idaho Falls. That was just see a fastball early and hit it back up the middle. So Rosengard is on base for the 2nd time tonight after the walk in the 2nd. Again, just a 3-0 game, and Butts is pitching well. This is the best offense in the league. Ostrander now, a right-handed hitter, reached on a fielder's choice. The first pitch to him is swung on and fouled back. We're seeing early swings, but Reed is keeping them off balance. started this inning at 48 pitches, which is only slightly above the average. Rosengard with 9 steals on the year. He's been caught 3 times. Slide step from Butts. And the pitch is a high chopper toward Harris. He's going to spin and go to second for 1. Cobb's throw to first is in time. What a double play. Harris spun with his body going toward the outfield, threw a strike to Cobb, and then Cobb, with very little time, a quick transfer and throw, 4-6-3. And the Ballers, who were helped so much by the double play in Game 3 of that first round, get their first tonight. 2 outs here in the 4th. Spencer Rich, who walked in the 2nd. Butts to the dish. First pitch way inside. Has to move the back foot out of the way on that fastball. It's 1-0. 3-0 Oakland. Idaho Falls does have its first hit now. A single by Rosengard in the inning. Butts to the dish. Fastball on the outside corner. Called strike 1. Again, Reed's last start, 7 shutout innings against the Great Falls Voyagers. Walked 1, allowed 4 hits, and K'd 4. The next pitch is a fastball just inside. 2-1. Reed from the windup. Bases are empty. And the 2-1 pitch. Rich swings and fouls it at the plate. The changeup from Reed. It's been a good pitch for him today. 2-2. Reed had a streak of 5 straight starts with wins at one point. That was between the middle of June and July. He beat in order Glacier, Boise, Rocky Mountain, and Glacier. The 2-2 is a ground ball toward Harris. He waits for the big hop. He has it. His throw in time to first for the final out. Some nice plays by Danny in this inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, no one left on base. We are through 4. 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. It's the top of inning 5. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball on 860 AM The Answer. Baseball on the radio and on YouTube as well. We're happy to have you. It's a new pitcher on the mound after 106 from Nathan Shin. We will see I'm going to get a rhyme. Instead of Shin, we'll have Flynn. Bennett Flynn, who is from Mill Valley. 6'3", 200, and I'm sure we'll have a ticket request for Friday for some friends and family. Nathan Shin today, 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. I will say, I don't think we have seen a bad performance from a starting pitcher in this series, either Ballers or opponent. I mean, the worst was, you could say, maybe Chapman, who only allowed 3 earned in 4 innings. I mean, Austin Coleman on Saturday was just unbelievable. So Flynn against Buford. And the first pitch is a big breaking ball at 79 for a called strike 1. Buford, Almanza, and Harris against Flynn. The 0-1, Flynn works from the stretch, and his pitch is another breaking ball on the outside corner, again at 79. He's got sort of a strange rock back, and then It's almost like he lets his momentum take him through to the plate. The next pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate, 88 from Flynn. I don't know if he was on another team this year, but with Idaho Falls, a 1-1 record in 6 games, a 14.66 ERA, which is unfair to him. 19 runs and 11 2/3 is a better way to say it, which is a lot. Flynn set at the belt. His kick and pitch is a fastball popped up on the infield. Rogers drifting. Now Jablonski will take over. He starts to drift. He makes the catch right on the line in fair territory for the first out of the 5th. Now Almanza.
The first baseman, number 29, Christian Almanza.
Here's Almanza. You could say Almanza had a little bit of a quiet series last week. He just brought one man in on what would have been a sacrifice fly if Cobb had ran the whole way. First pitch is high. Had a single against the Raptors. Has a single here today. He's 1 for 2. Walked once, but really kept in check by Ogden, as most batters were. The 1-2 is a called strike. Nevada Cullen tells me that Bennett Flynn was a Dunedin Blue Jay in 24 and 25, so working in the same complex as our former Director of Analytics, Riley Elliott. Here's a big swing and a miss by Christian Almanza on that curveball. It's a good one. That might be a knuckle curve, a spin rate under 1,000. 79 miles an hour. 1-2. Flynn set, and his pitch to Almanza is swung on and hit out of play. That same pitch again. An ERA of 7 this year in 22 appearances. He also had 2 saves for that A-ball Blue Jays team. A 1-2 on its way to Almanza. He swings and misses, chases that same pitch down and away. That's pretty filthy. There's 2 away. First strikeout for Bennett Flynn. Well, one reason why the Chuckers may have had such great success this year was that it was Troy Percival who really wanted to keep most of his team around from last year. First pitch is high. 2 outs for Harris in a 3-0 game. Even though they weren't all that good last year record-wise, he started to build his team for 2025 in August 2024. So guys like Grosjean and Harrison and Hemmerling and Hughes and Odorica, Panazi, they were all 2024 Chuckers. And then there were players that he identified in the offseason that he wanted. He wanted Shin and Spencer. They got them in trades. They wanted Banks. They got him. They wanted Rosengard. They got him. The 1-1 on its way. Harris down the line, deep, but foul. Now, one member of this team is a former Oakland baller. He is not in the lineup tonight, and he was one of the best hitters in the home run derby in the Pioneer League this year. It's Gabe Vasquez, who was drafted by Danny Harris at the Florida tryout camp, traded by Oakland in the offseason. 2-1 to Danny is fouled out of play. Gabe was in spring training, even played in the preseason exhibitions, but there was a need here in Idaho Falls for a 26th man, and if Gabe had made the roster in Oakland, it would not have made him eligible anymore. The 2-2 to Harris. It swung on, hit the center field. That'll chase back the center fielder who came in initially, and he will make the catch. So Gabe Vasquez has been on the team all year. He's a big left-handed hitting bat, and I'm sure we'll see him in the series at some point. But it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Bennett Flynn. It's the first 3-up, 3-down inning for Idaho Falls today. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. Bottom of inning 5. Reed Butt still on the mound. He's allowed just 1 hit to these Idaho Falls Chuckers. It's a 3-0 lead for Oakland. He has walked 3, but through 4 innings, Reed has only thrown 56 pitches. Just 1 high-stress inning. And you often say you'd like to maybe be about 60 pitches when you finish 4 innings, and Reed's only at 56. He'll have Baumgart, Banks, and Jablonski, the bottom 3 of the order. But a bottom 3 hitting 361, 288, and 314. The way that Idaho Falls dismantled the Missoula Paddleheads on Sunday was really something to behold. 22-6 they beat them. First pitch to Baumgart, a called strike 1. Home runs for Pelk, Baumgart, Jablonski, Rich, and Ostrander. Spencer threw 7 innings of 2-run ball. The 0-1, that's in the dirt. Michael Schlack went all out. He threw 3 starters that day. 7 earned off Wentz, 3 earned off Day, 6 earned off Fields. His closer, Armand Sabori, had 3 earned runs, couldn't get an out. The 1-1 is swung on, fouled at the plate on the breaking ball. It's 1-2. They got out to an early start, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, and 4 in the third. It was a series that was in doubt for Idaho Falls after losing to Missoula 16-9 the previous day. I guess you could say the same thing about Oakland, that going to a Game 3 does put, heightens your awareness for how close the end of the season is, as the next pitch is fouled back by Baumgart. Nathan Hemmerling for Idaho Falls threw 5 innings that day with 6 earned. It was Game 1 of that series that really saw a great performance from Gary Grosjean, though. Here's a ball hit to right center field. Bugs is over. He will not get there. He will, however, cut this off. And his throw into second is a decent one, but a little offline. And so Baumgart has a double. That was hard hit on a butts breaking ball. And that was, I would say, a little bit of a hanger there from Reed. That was 79 right over the middle of the plate. Now, Idaho Falls, I will say, does get some wind, but not tonight. And it was only a 67-degree first pitch. It is rather cold. This is a city that has not seen a playoff game since 2019. The Chuckers last made the playoffs in 2021. It was a 1-game divisional round. Banks swings and misses at the high fastball. It's 0-1. It went up to Idaho Falls, and I think the final score that day was something like 14-1. I was on the call that day. It was not a ton of fun. The 0-1. Banks swings and misses. 85 again, this time the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2. Banks drew a walk on 5 pitches by Butts in the second. Baumgart leads from second. Harris trying to hold him close. Reed turns and now fires. It's swung on and missed. High fastball got Banks to chase. It's the 3rd strikeout for Reed today. 1 out here in the 5th of a 3-0 game that Oakland leads. Here is Jacob Jablonski. Jablonski sent a ball to right field that did carry a little bit on TJ McKenzie, who is no stranger to patrolling a Mountain State outfield. Played a lot of games in Colorado Springs and Ogden and Billings this year. Jablonski, a line drive, base hit to left field. Charging in is Santos. They're going to hold the runner at third as Santos' throw goes to the cutoff man, Leahy. 2 hits for the Chuckers in this inning, and Jablonski is on first. Men at the corners, 1 away. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Eddie Pelt. We've not seen Troy Percival so far try anything on the base paths. No stolen base attempts, no anything like that, no bunts. The Chuckers are down 3-0 Men at the corners, 1 away. Butts' first pitch, left on left. Here it comes. Fastball high and away. It's 1-0. Some slight movement in the Ballers bullpen. Looks like James Collier is just taking off a sweater. The next pitch is a fastball high at 87. The bullpen is rested. I mean, just one reliever used in the final game. That was Sullivan in the 9th. It's 2-0 from Reed Butts. The pitch bounces into Tatum. He picks it up. He'll turn and throw it, and it is just a little bit wide. It's a wild pitch that scores a run, and going to second is Jablonski. It's 3-1. That was a curveball that bounced well in front of Tatum, and while Reed has bounced a few today, that was one that Tatum could not handle, and it's the first run of the game for the Chuckers and the first of this championship series. 3-1. It's 3-0 to Pelk. Rogers on deck, a lefty. The pitch to Pelk is a fastball at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Pelk a lefty, Rogers a lefty, but then Pappas and Rosengard a righty and lefty after that. Here's a 3-1. Swing and a miss, 87 top of the zone, and I think maybe a slightly late decision by Swelt to take a swing at it. By Pelk to take a swing at it, excuse me. Runner at second, 1 away. Butts comes set. It'll be a payoff pitch. The slide step, the pitch is hit out to left field. In is Santos. He'll make the catch on the run. The runner from second took off, and the tag is applied on the body of the runner by Harris. It's a double play. Oh, what a terrible mistake from Jablonski. He got way off of second base and could not get back in time. And that's the 5th. The Ballers do give up a run. It's a run on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. An L7 double play off the bat of Pelk. The out at second goes 7-4, and Harris had to leap, and I think he felt himself drifting slightly and applied the tag with his glove for the double play. We'll head to the 6th. 3-1 Oakland. Another great baseball game on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball on 860 AM The Answer. I'm Tyler Peterson. It's great to have you here in Idaho Falls. It's the top of the 6th inning, and another pitcher for Troy Percival. It's the right-hander Julian Hernandez, who's from Palo Alto. His first pitch to Tatum is a fastball at the knees at 92. It's 0-1. So Bennett Flynn just goes 1 inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Hernandez, the righty, will get the 6th. He works from the windup, the high White Sox, and the pitch to Tatum is a touch low. Hernandez on 1-1. hits Tatum on the shoulder. And it got a piece of the umpire as well. So Tatum's on base. I mean, this must be maybe, let's call it a set schedule for these pitchers to only have Flynn go 1 inning, because he was highly effective. And you get a run back. You're only down by 2. It's a 3-1 ball game. You bring in Hernandez, who has had a nice year, 1-0 this year. 17 appearances, a 5.89 ERA. He has a save, 20 Ks and 13 walks in 18 1/3 innings. Santos now, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Set from the stretches, Hernandez. The first pitch is in the dirt, 93. So he's bringing the heat. Santos looks at a fastball just low at 92. Maybe has caused these two teams to be a little bit gun-shy with challenges when they both got their first one wrong. Short lead for Tatum at first, very short. The 2-0 is swung on, it's popped up, and that'll get out of play. I do see Lou Helmick with the bat in the hole, and that may be a situation where if there are a couple runners on for Darryl Buggs, you could pinch hit Lou and maybe burn him and send Buggs back out into center field. 2-1 to Santos. Pitch on its way. He will take a fastball just inside at 93. Now Hernandez has to feel a little bit squeezed here, especially when you're coming right out of the bullpen, but I don't think he's earned those strikes yet after the hit by pitch of Tatum. The 3-1. Here it comes. Santos, line drive, right field, base hit. 2 hits for Isai. And we were just talking about how Gabe Vasquez was not going to make the team as a 26th man. It might be because of how successful Santos was at making his case for that spot. Running out is Troy Percival. This is not the pitching coach, Bob Malachy, and he does not want anyone but his pitcher and catcher in this conversation. Santos with 2 hits. There were not many ballers with multi-hit games in the previous series. Oh, and here's Lou Helmick out now. He is not going to wait for the spot of Darryl Buggs. He will hit Helmick for McKenzie.
Now batting for the Ballers, the right fielder number 6, TJ McKenzie.
So Helmick, it looks like will be his one and only at-bat of the day. So here is Helmick. 2 hits for McKenzie. That's a tough pinch hit at bat when you've got 2 hits already. Helmick, a half swing. He goes, says the umpire. And now Helmick will appeal. Yes is the call down at third. Very few ballers this year have challenged a check swing at the plate. So I'm glad to finally see Helmick do it. And, of course, if there's one thing he hates strikes. It's Tatum at second, Santos at first. The 0-1 is fouled back. 0-2 to Helmick. Yeah, McKenzie, 2 base hits. You drive a man in, and you get pinch hit for. I mean, obviously we're going lefty-righty matchups. 0-2 to Helmick from the righty. Hernandez, the pitch is taken high and away at 93. Now I think in this at-bat with no outs, if there is a close call, that Pappas will try and challenge. Defense is playing back. They want a double play. The 1-2 pitch, Helmick fouls it back. Lou's gone slightly cold in the last couple of weeks, but on the year, he was one of Oakland's better hitters, 3rd best average on the team at 326, 8 home runs and 63 driven in. A lot of doubles, 14 of those. The 1-2, Helmick swings and misses, late on 93 at the top of the zone. So Hernandez picks up his first strikeouts. Now with 2 outs, here, or with 1 out, excuse me, here's Darryl Buggs, which makes me wonder whether they'd attempt a bunt to move men up with potentially 2 outs, or that they let Buggsy swing away. He's 0 for 2 today. Defense is playing back. The first pitch, Buggs looks at a strike at the knees at 92. 3-1, the Ballers lead here in the top of the 6th. Hernandez set at the belt. And the pitch to the plate, Buggs, a half swing, he goes around, and he is not happy with himself at all on that. I think it's something like a quarter of a second it takes to decide to swing, and then in that quarter of a second, you also have to decide to not swing if you don't like it. The 0-2, way outside on a breaking ball, 1-2. Well, the Ballers have the first 2 men on. They've given up a run in the previous inning. This would be a great time to put another run on the board. You've led by 3 for most of the game. Now you only lead by 2 against the league's best offense. And now we have time as a ball has got on the field down the right field line. Oakland's bullpen is quiet. They had Collier up in case Butts was not able to work out of trouble, but he was. Tatum at second, Santos at first. Decent hole on the right side for Buggs to shoot for. The pitch is swung on and fouled away. 93. Right at the belt. .6:05 Pacific start tomorrow, and then a 6:35 start in Game 1 at home, which is Game 3. Very few tickets remaining. The 1-2 pitch, Buggs will shoot it foul again. You got another 93-mile-an-hour fastball in the strike zone, and again, send it out of play. Just stay alive. Stay alive maybe until you see something you can handle. With how badly Buggs swung at the off-speed pitch, he might go back to it at some point, though. The 1-2. Buggs looks at 93 off the plate. Two and 2. One out, 2 runners on. Ballers up 2 in the 6th. The 2-2 pitch, Buggs swings and misses, and it was the changeup again. They finally went back to it, and Buggs strikes out. It's up to Trey Cobb. Cobb doubled in the first man in the game, and then he struck out twice. Both of those strikeouts came against Nathan Shin, however. His first at bat against a righty in Hernandez. The first pitch, Cobb looks at a big breaking ball for strike 1. Tatum has average speed at best. Say average speed for a catcher. A better ring to it. Maybe good speed for a catcher. But I think Aaron Miles would send him on a single by Cobb. The next pitch, fastball very high, 1-1. Aggression pays off right now. And you don't fault someone for trying to go and take a title. The 1-1, Cobb looks at a fastball off the plate, 2-1. So Hernandez is now at 22 pitches for the inning. Hit a batter, allowed a single to Santos, then has back-to-back strikeouts. Two and 1 to Cobb. Hernandez comes set at the belt. The kick and the pitch, Cobb takes a fastball high. On deck is Nick Leahy, who sent a ball deep to left field, but not deep enough to get out, some 350 feet to left center. I will say this park is playing a little bit big tonight. The 3-1, Cobb swings and fouls it back. Got a fastball fairly center cut, may have been a touch toward the outside of the plate. 92 from Hernandez. Well, now both runners will get a free jump, and a single would score Tatum. Hernandez set again. 6 seconds left on that pitch clock. He gets it off. Cobb looks at ball 4. A changeup below the zone, or a breaking ball of some kind. The Ballers have the bases loaded for the second time in this ball game. The first time, it must be said, they left them loaded. Leahy is 0 for 3. Like I said, he got into one, but just hit it to the wrong part of the yard for a relatively harmless flyout. Had a couple of hits in the last series. And the first pitch to Leahy, he looks at a slider for strike 1. Leahy was 1 for 1 in game 3 with 2 walks, and his hit was the run that came in when McKenzie ran for him, stole 2 bases, and came in on an error. The 0-1, Leahy swings, lines one, foul down the right field line. It goes into the Chuckers bullpen, and the umpire at first, Travis Schatzman, had to duck out of the way. It's a quick 0-2 to Leahy. Watch the breaking ball, swung at and fouled away the fastball at 103. Hernandez is pitching for his 3rd strikeout of the inning. Tatum at 3rd, Santos at 2nd, Cobb at 1st. Can the Ballers get some runs here in the 6th? The pitch to the plate, Leahy looks at a pitch way outside, 93. They scored a run in the 1st off of a Buford sac fly, then 2 in the 2nd on a Santos RBI single and a McKenzie RBI single. Fairly quiet ever since. The Chuckers got a run back in the last half inning to make it a 3-1 game. A step off from Hernandez and a fake of a throw to 3rd. You have to do that in college. You don't have to do that in the pros. You have to at least give a mimed motion. 1-2 to Leahy, the pitch. He will look at strike 3 called on the outside. And now for the second time today, Nick Leahy will challenge incorrectly at 93. It's a strikeout of the side by Hernandez. And we move on to the bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. We've got ourselves a baseball game. And I say that rather than a Pioneer League game. It's a 3-1 game here in the bottom of the 6th. The Ballers lead the Idaho Falls Chuckers in this first game of the Pioneer League Championship Series. One of these two teams will go home with a ring. The Ballers last won the Pioneer League Championship in 2019 over the Ogden Raptors, their last year as an affiliate franchise of the Kansas City Royals. And they're trying to get their first independent ring this year. The first pitch to Rogers is low from Butts. We'll see Rogers, Pappas, and Rosengard. 2, 3, and 4. Rogers is 0 for 2 today, a flyout and a strikeout. Butts begins the inning at 71 pitches. Fastball on the corner for strike one, 1-1. 3 incorrect challenges for the game. Oakland with 2 of them. Leahy has taken 2 fastballs for strike 3 both times. Rogers fouls it back at 88. Now 1-2. The incorrect challenge for Idaho Falls was actually the catcher Pappas when he was at bat. On an 0-1 pitch, he challenged. Take it to 0-2. A 1-2 from Butts, a deep breath, and now his kick to the plate. A half swing, does he go? No, says Minter at third. I would say a 50-50 swing from Rogers. And I think the Oakland dugout is not happy about that. They got to see Rogers' barrel come through, and taking off his mask is Cody Kernut and shooting in a response to the dugout. It's a 2-2 count to Rogers leading off the 6th. Butts to the plates. Rogers just takes off the plates. 3-2. The umpire says 2-2, but I'm sure it's 3-2. The pitch on its way, a swing and a foul at the plates. I think the umpire has the count wrong. And I think it may have to do with something that goes back to the check swing. Reed to the plate. Rogers takes high. Oh, no. Well, Rogers did not react, so it must be 3-2. That first pitch that Reed threw then must not have counted. There must have been time at the plate. And even the crowd is saying ball 4. The 3-2 on its way to Rogers is inside. Rogers walks. Here comes Aaron Miles. That's it. Butts is going to get pulled. It's going to be James Collier out of the bullpen. We'll take a break. We'll come back. It's a 3-1 lead for Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. Well, with a rested bullpen, you certainly can be aggressive as a manager. And in a 2-run ball game with a right-handed hitter coming to the plate, it's going to be James Collier out of the bullpen, one of Oakland's best relievers. It's a 3-1 game in the top of inning 6. It's going to be 5+ innings for Reed Butts. By the way, McKenzie is back in right field, so Helmick, as a designated pinch hitter, is out of the game, struck out in that at bat. Collier this year 3-0 in 36 appearances, a 3.77 ERA, 55 Ks and 18 walks in 43 innings. Batters hit .259 against him. You cannot close the book on Butts. 5+ innings, 3 hits, 1 run, which was earned, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The runner at first is his responsibility. Reed can win this game. He cannot lose it, though. But he has never won a game where he's walked more than 3 opposing batters. So we hope that this can be the first today, at least this year. So Pappas, the catcher, who is 0 for 2, will face James Collier. The first pitch from Collier on its way, fastball low at 89. It's 1-0. So you're getting a whole different look from Collier as opposed to Butts. A short lead for Rogers at first. No outs in the 6th. Pitch to the plate. Pappas takes off the plate at 90. It's 2-0. He comes set at the belt. The 2-0 pitch. Pappas takes high, and now balk has been issued. That pitch will not count. It's a balk on Collier. It remains 2-0. So Rogers goes to second. He's set once more, Collier. And the pitch to the plate, Pappas swings and misses, 92 above the hands. It's 2-1. It was not far away from what would have been ball 3 on the balk, but this time he swung and missed. The 2-1 pitch now, swung on, fouled out of play. Fastball right on the inside corner that Pappas fought off. All fastballs from Collier here. Maybe this is where you break out one of the off-speed pitches. Not tipped your hand yet on it. He dips down. Now he comes set. The 2-2 pitch on its way. It's swung on. A high, deep drive to left, and that one is gone. We are tied. A challenge fastball from Collier at 93, and Pappas has tied this game. That was pretty much a no-doubter, 385 feet away, off of the video board. A base on balls and a blast for Idaho Falls here in the 6th. 3-3. Collier's first pitch to Rosengard. He bunts down the line, charging is Leahy. His throw to first is not in time. Almanza came off the bag, and that's a base hit for Rosengard. So you can close the book on Butts now. It's going to be 2 earned. Rosengard's been on base 3 times tonight. And now here comes Ostrander. Oh, I'll take it back. Grady Morgan will pinch hit. This will get a lefty to the plate here in the 6th. Morgan, also from Huntington Beach, California. We saw him last year. I do believe he might be the one that played at Fresno State. 307, 4 home runs, 37 RBI. I think he spent a little bit of time with the Savannah Bananas as well this year. The first pitch to him is a fastball, 91 in the zone. It is 0-1. So a big inning for Idaho Falls. After scoring 1 in the 5th, they've put up 2 here in the 6th. They've tied the game. Collier fires, and the fastball high again, 91. But Pappas missed none of his big 2-run home run. Wind now blowing from left field to right. Collier's 1-1 pitch is a check swing foul. Slider came in on Morgan at 84. It's 1-2. Sometimes when you give a guy a challenge fastball, he beats you. And it's just a matter of beating the pitch to the spot. A 1-2. Collier set. And the pitch on its way is swung on and missed. This time the challenge fastball to Morgan. It's Collier that wins the battle, and that was 93 belt high. One away here in the 6th. Spencer Rich, the center fielder, the right-handed hitter. Rosengard, a little bit of a lean, not going anywhere, and the first pitch bounces up to Tatum on the breaking ball. It's 81. There's another right-hander in the bullpen for Oakland. That's Connor Richardson. It's obvious that Aaron Miles feels like this is the most important part of this ballgame right now. The 1-0 pitch swung on, fouled away. It's 1-1. To go to Collier to face a righty in Pappas, who hits a home run off him, and then potentially to have Richardson ready for any number of hitters after Rich. There goes the runner, the high kick, the throw, no throw. Stolen base for Rosengard. Some slide steps from Collier. That time, a little bit of a higher kick from him. And a runner in scoring position. The go-ahead run at second with one away. Collier to the dish. Swung on and fouled away by Rich. I mean, these are pretty center-cut fastballs right now from Collier. And it's a little bit of live by the sword, die by the sword, which we've seen so far with the home run and then the K of Morgan. Two-two. Collier to the dish. It swung on, hit to left center field, and this is down. This will give Idaho Falls the lead. Bugs will throw into second. It's a good throw, and he is safe. Harris could not apply the tag in time. It's an RBI double for Spencer Rich, and it's Idaho Falls 4, Oakland 3. Now we're seeing the extra base potential of this Chuckers team. Here's Baumgart. The first pitch. He takes a strike on the inside. It's 0-1. So Collier now has given up 2 of his own runs in this inning. And now he is the pitcher of record in the L column as things currently stand in the 6th. His kick and pitch. Baumgart takes high. A 2-run home run from Pappas tied the game. Now an RBI double from Rich has given Idaho Falls the lead. Richardson still warms. And the Chuckers have kept the Ballers scoreless since the 2nd inning. All the momentum is with the home squad. A 1-1 to Baumgart. Pitch is swung on and missed. A off-speed pitch at 81 that time. It's 1-2. It's almost as if the increase of velocity has given these bats better timing on some pitches. There goes the runner to third. It's swung on and missed, and Tatum has no throw. Rich will swipe third. It's a strikeout of Baumgart. So Collier has struck out 2 in the inning. And now it looms very large to try to keep that extra run off the board at third. 2 outs in the inning. Banks at the plate. And Collier's first pitch to him is swung on and missed, 92 at the bottom of the zone. Banks waits. Collier kicks and fires. Banks fouls it away. 91 at the bottom of the zone. 4-3 Idaho Falls, a 3-run inning. They've now scored 4 runs unanswered. The Ballers are still without a home run in the postseason, at least in 2025, through 3+ games. An 0-2 pitch. Banks swings, line drive. It's going to be off of Collier to Cobb, and the throw to first is in time. I think that's a 1-6-3 out. I think Collier got just enough of a ball, and that'll end the inning. And that might have saved another run. I'll have to check with the official score to see if that was 1-6-3 or not. But the Chuckers have the lead on 3 runs, 2 runs by a Pappas home run, and then an RBI double by Spencer Rich. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the 7th on 860 AM The Answer. It's the top of the 7th inning. The Ballers trail Idaho Falls in this first game of the championship series. It's Buford, Almanza, and Harris who will try and change that. We'll see another reliever here in this game. This is Ryan Falks, 6'3", 190 from Mission Viejo, California. Falks will come on in relief of Julian Hernandez, who struck out the side, hit a batter, allowed a hit, but did not allow any runs. So the bullpen has kept Oakland very quiet. No runs since the 2nd inning. The first pitch to Buford is a fastball inside at 88, and it's 1-0. Buford today, a single, a sacrifice fly, and a stolen base. He's 1 for 2. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball at the top of the zone at 89. I have been informed that it was a 6-3 ground out. Collier did not touch that ball. Must have been just an optical illusion then from my vantage point. The 1-1 pitch, Buford swings and misses. That was a home run hack, but that time the first changeup from Falks. It's 1-2. Falks pitched for Cal State Fullerton in 2025. Actually pitched in the draft league this year as well. The 1-2 pitch, and Buford looks at strike 3, called at the bottom of the zone. A fastball, and he is gone looking. Another strikeout. That is the 10th of the game for Idaho Falls pitching, and the Ballers are just striking out way too much. And it's the same issue they had in the playoffs against Ogden. Here is Almanza. 10 Ks through 6 1/3. First pitch to Almanza is down and in at 89. Four, 3. Chuckers lead in the 7th. Almanza takes one in the dirt. It's 2-0. See Troy Percival being his own bat boy and running out to grab the ball that just went past the catcher. Well, let's see if on 2-0 Almanza tries to tie this ball game. Pitch to the plate. He swings and fouls it back. He did. 2-1 the count. Bases are empty, one away here in the 7th. The 2-2. Almanza takes below the zone. I think the scoreboard is wrong, excuse me. It should be 3-1. It's a 2-1 pitch. Almanza looks at ball 4. So the Ballers do have a runner on. That would be the potential tying run, and that'll bring up Danny Harris. Well, I don't know if you count outs in the 7th inning, but Oakland with just 8 left. They trail by 1 here in the 7th. Richardson on the mound in the bullpen with his hands on his hips trying to watch this game. And see if his offense can come to life here in the 7th. The first pitch to Danny is a slider down and away. Well, Flynn was good, as was Hernandez. They're going for another right-handed reliever. Idaho Falls in Falks. The 1-0. Harris looks at a fastball off the plate, 2-0. Dylan Tatum on deck. He's had his share of big moments in the regular season, not yet in the postseason. Set is Falks. The 2-0 to Harris. He takes low, 3-0. Well, I'll say this. In the previous inning, Hernandez hit a batter and then allowed a single to Santos. Troy Percival came running out and had a chat with him, and then he struck out 3 of the next 4 hitters. 3-0 to Harris, and the pitch on its way is a strike at the top of the zone. 90 miles an hour. Danny may have been taking all the way there. Almanza a short lead at first. Harris needs to try to find a gap. Falks to the plate, and Harris takes a ball in the dirt. It's ball 4. 2 walks in the inning after opening it up with a strikeout of Buford. So the Ballers have something cooking, and now here comes the catcher Pappas to have a chat with his arm Falks. And now the infielders from second, short, and third also will have a chat, and Rogers, feeling lonely at first, will now join the group. Dylan Tatum, I'll say this, whether by reputation or by watching film, the Idaho Falls Chuckers do have respect for him because they already intentionally walked him once. Here comes Troy Percival, and he is going to make another change. So that's it for Falks. He'll face 3 batters. He strikes out 1, walks 2. He likes a matchup with another pitcher against Tatum. He'll make it here. The Ballers have 2 men on at first and second, 1 out in the 7th. They trail 4-3. We'll take a break on 860 AM The Answer. we are going to see the hard-throwing Italian left-hander Niccolò Pinazzi against Dylan Tatum here in the 7th. It's 4-3, Chuckers leading in this first game of the Pioneer League Championship Series. I'm Tyler Peterson. It's great to be with you tonight. It was better earlier when Oakland was up 3-0. They're now down 4-3, but they have something cooking. They got 2 walks from Ryan Falks, who departs just after a third of an inning. And now it's Tatum against Pinazzi, 1 away. It's Almanza at second and Harris at first. Tatum today is grounded out, was intentionally walked, and then was hit by a pitch. Pinazzi this year 1-1 and 8.13 ERA. He has 2 saves, but he's a lot of strikeouts and not a ton of walks in 31 innings. He's also only given up 2 home runs in 31 innings. Former Reds farmhand, made it as high as A ball in Daytona. The first pitch to Tatum. Here it comes. It is a fastball off the plate at 93. It's 1-0. On deck is Santos. Pinazzi comes set. A very high leg kick from a lefty. The 1-0 pitch. Tatum swings and misses. A 90-mile-an-hour, I'm going to say, cutter from Pinazzi. Ballers have 8 hits. Chuckers have 6. Some of those hits are bigger hits than the 8. The 1-1 now. Pinazzi throws, and Tatum swings and misses. He chases a ball way down and in. I mean, that looked like a cutter that was running toward his back knee there. It's a 1-2 count. Pinazzi comes set, and now we have time. He got the sign from his catcher Pappas to step off before the expiration of the clock. And now back in is Tatum. Pinazzi comes set. And his 1-2 on its way to Dylan. He will take in the dirt. Does he go? Yes, says the umpire down at first. And Tatum strikes out. A half swing by Tatum. He could not hold up. That's the 11th strikeout of the game by Idaho Falls pitching of Oakland. So 2 outs now for Santos. He has 2 hits in this game. Pinazzi's first pitch, east side, looks at a fastball, 94 at the outside corner. You cannot place a ball better than that for strike 1. Santos can hit high velocity. Good ability to spray the ball around the field. It's an 0-1 pitch on its way, and Santos takes 91 on the inside, a cutter. It's 0-2. Pinazzi, I believe, closed a few games in that Missoula series, at least got the final couple outs. It's an 0-2 pitch to Santos. Pinazzi comes set. Here's the pitch. Santos takes in the dirt. 85 on a slider. It'll go to 1-2. Maybe this is the case where you think, hey, let's get him to chase. You throw it away and you think, all right, let's just blow him away now. So let's see if Santos is ready. The 1-2 east side swings and misses. Totally fooled by that breaking ball. And for the second inning in a row, the side strikes out. Ballers lead 2 more on base. They've left 10 runners on in 7 innings. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the 7th. It's 4-3 Chuckers on 860 AM, The Answer. New pitcher on the mound for Oakland. It's number 35, Connor Richardson, here in the bottom of the 7th. The Ballers trail the Idaho Falls Chuckers 4-3. He comes on relief for James Collier, who went 1 complete inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Chewy will face Jablonski, Pelk, and Rogers. Jablonski will now bat from the left side for the first time today. The first pitch to Jablonski is a fastball, or rather, looks like a changeup high and away, called for strike 1. So the Ballers now trail late, just 6 outs left. Bullpen's got to stay strong, though. Richardson fires in a fastball at 90. It's a quick 0-2 to Jablonski. Richardson's got to move this game along. Oakland will have McKenzie, Buggs, and Cobb in the top of inning 8. A dramatic start to this championship series. It's a step off from Richardson, who had 5 seconds left and may not have been confident with that pitch. Richardson set again. And the 0-2 pitch on its way to Jablonski is down and in, 84 miles an hour on the slider. One, two. The kick and pitch on its way. Ground ball on one hop. Harris spears it. He gets up, takes his time, throws to first. Nice play by Danny. And he has been quite good defensively today. All right, the lineup now flips over to the top. Here is Eddie Pelk. Pelk is 0 for 3. A fly out to left, a ground out to short, and then line into a double play in left field. The double play more Jablonski's fault for running from second base rather than Pelk's. The first pitch to him is a slider down and in for ball 1. But all 3 batted balls toward the left side for Pelk. Here's the 1-0. Pelk takes high and away. One out, bases are empty. A 4-3 Chuckers lead here in the bottom of the 7th. A 2-0, way high, 3-0. You just don't see Connor Richardson throw many pitches like that. A guy who's 6-0 this year with a 2.54 ERA. I think both teams smell a win today. It's a 1-run game, and that pitch is at the top of the zone for a strike, 3-1. So don't be surprised to see some of the better relievers for both teams see this out. 3-1. Pelk, does he take ball 4? It went off the glove of Tatum. Richardson wanted a challenge. Tatum is now asking, was that called a strike or a ball? And now here comes Aaron Miles. Aaron Miles wants that challenge issued. And Cody Kernett is just pointing Aaron Miles back to the dugout. Well, I think Connor Richardson has said something to the second base umpire, Frank Flugrat, that they're actually going to bring in the umpires. Flugrat is the crew chief, and Richardson had pleaded a case to some degree that there might actually be a challenge allowed here. Now, whether the Ballers get it right or wrong, I don't know, but Richardson is saying something to the effect of, hey, I did it 2 seconds from the end of whatever that play was. And it's Chewy that has brought the umpires together. And they're not going to allow a challenge. So Pelk will walk. Here's Trevor Rogers. Rogers, the powerful left-handed hitter. Richardson's first pitch is popped up. Leahy coming back, as is Tatum. Will anyone get there? Dylan Tatum nearing the wall. He will make the catch as he falls down. And now the runner from first is headed towards second. He stops. Tatum looks him back. 2 away. What a great play from Dylan Tatum, who threw the mask off and almost got to the wall, stopped, and then sort of fell down with the pop-up and secured it. 2 away in the 7th now. Here's Johnny Pappas, who tied the game with a 2-run home run off of James Collier in the 6th. Richardson's first pitch on its way is a slider for strike 1. Front door Pappas with 80 miles an hour. Three runs on 8 hits for Oakland, 4 runs on 6 hits for Idaho Falls. It's been a good game. The pitch to Pappas is fouled away, 78. It's at the top of the zone from Richardson that time. It's a quick 0-2. Pappas had 13 regular season home runs. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away again. That was another high slider at 79. 4-3 Idaho Falls in the top, or rather the bottom of the 7th. And first is Pelk, a short lead. Richardson comes set. 3 on the clock. He will step off. And with 2 outs, you don't need to rush yourself. It's an 0-2 pitch. You haven't used any disengagements. The pitch is swung on and missed. Chasing was Pappas, and he strikes out. The Ballers will send McKenzie, Bugs, and Cobb to the plate. In the top of inning 8, they trail by 1 on 860 AM, The Answer. Getting late in this ball game. It's the top of inning 8. A 4-3 Chuckers lead on 860 AM, The Answer. I'm Tyler Peterson. Niccolò Pinazzi, the Italian lefty who struck out 2 in his only 2 bounders he's faced so far, is still out there. And who knows, may try to finish the game. I don't know if Troy Percival would ask that much of him, but we'll see. 3 right-handed hitters to face him in McKenzie, Bugs, and Cobb. The Ballers are set up fairly well to, if they can get a couple men on, they'll have the top of the lineup And then the middle of the order. Here is McKenzie. McKenzie is 2 for 2. He was pinch hit for in the 6th inning by Lou Helmick, who struck out. He's already knocked a man in today and stolen a base. Benazzi comes set at the belt. The first pitch on its way to McKenzie is a slider at 89 for a called strike 1. 12 Ks by Ballers hitters tonight. Just not enough contact up here in this mountain air. The 0-1. McKenzie takes outside. They've left 10 runners on base in 7 innings. A 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. McKenzie, a swing and a miss, a big breaking ball. And he swung at that the same way that Isai Santos swung at it. That's a pitch that neither of the two can get any piece of. McKenzie back into the box. A 1-2 now on its way. McKenzie will just tap that curveball away. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. A foul ball. 6 outs for Oakland to try to find a run here to tie the game. 1-2 the counts. That's low. Now, we did say that Wednesdays were not good days for Oakland, but I can think of a couple Tuesdays that also didn't go Oakland's way to start a series. A 2-2 pitch to McKenzie. Benazzi to the plate. He swings and misses. That's 3 Ks now for Benazzi. And that'll bring up Bugs.
That's a strikeout brought to you by Tag and Go, the official car wash of the Chuckers. Now batting for the Ballers. The center fielder 19.
The question I think maybe one might have, the infield is back on Bugs. Do you try to bunch your way on? First pitch to Bugs is a fastball at the knees for strike 1. 95 from Benazzi. Oh, and 1. Bugs shows bunt, pulls it back. It's outside at 95. It's been a little bit of closer by committee this year. 15 saves. Benazzi has 2. Hansen has 2. Reyes has 1. Hernandez has 1. Hughes has 1. The 1-1, it's bunted through by Bugs, who misses the bunt on the breaking ball. It's 1-2. He's trying to bunt a ball to the right side. If he does it successfully, he'll get on base because both Jablonski and Rogers are playing deep, and Benazzi will fall off to the right side. That option might have just got taken out of his hands here now at a 1-2 pitch. Although, I may still tell him to try to lay one down. It's a 1-2. Benazzi throws. Bugs lays off the breaking ball. 84 down and in. They appealed for a swing. He did not go. It's 2-2. 4-3, Idaho Falls in the 8th. Ballers are trailing. 1 away, base is empty. Benazzi throws the 2-2, is swung on, hit to right field, over is the right fielder, and he will make the catch. 2 outs in the 8th. Benazzi has faced 4 batters and retired all 4 of them. That'll bring up Trey Cobb. Cobb is 1 for 3 with a double. He's also walked. Benazzi set, and the first pitch to Cobb with 2 outs. Fastball for strike one, 92 on the outside corner. He looks like he is on Niccolo Panazzi. 0-1. Kicking the pitch. Cobb will swing and miss. 95. Cannot catch up to that. And this is now where he might just drop the hammer on Cobb again, as he did with Santos and McKenzie. The 0-2 pitch on its way. Panazzi throws, and it is the curveball, and Cobb just barely waves and tips it foul. I mean, I'd hardly even call that a swing. He came all the way through, but it looked like a practice golf swing with no club. The 0-2 pitch. Cobb, a half swing, completely fooled. He strikes out. And that's 4 Ks for Panazzi through 1 2/3 innings of work. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. The Ballers will trail going to the top of the 9th. By how many? Will it be 1 or more? Right now they trail 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th on 860 AM The Answer. To try and hold the game at a deficit of 1 here in the 8th, it's number 26, Adam Bogosian. Bogo is on the hill. 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th. I'm Tyler Peterson. The Ballers scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and zeros the rest of the way since. Bogo is 3-0 this year, 31 appearances, a 5.33 ERA, 2 saves, 49 innings, 53 Ks, and only 14 walks. We saw Bogosian a few nights ago. He had a scoreless 9th inning against the Ogden Raptors in a 1-run game. He did walk 2 and strike out 1 on that day, didn't allow any hits. 4, 5, and 6 for Idaho Falls, Rosengard, Ostrander, or rather Morgan, and Rich. Rosengard, who led the league in hitting at 463, is 2 for 2 today. First pitch is swung on and fouled away. He walked in the first, singled in the 4th, and then singled in the 6th, stole a base, and came around to score on Spencer Rich's RBI double. Next pitch is fouled back to the screen. It's 0-2. Bogosian set. And the 0-2 pitch fouled back again. Well, for Chewy, it was an inning, no hits, no runs, a walk, and a strikeout. It's exactly what you're looking for. The 0-2 swung on, hit down the line, foul. Now, with the way that Panazzi is throwing, I don't think there's any reason to not throw him in this 9th inning. It might burn him for tomorrow, but for Troy Percival, it might seal him a Game 1 win. The 0-2 off the fists, and Almanza will make the catch. A line out, a very soft broken bat line out on a changeup by Bogosian on a L3, one away. That'll bring up Morgan. Morgan pinch hit in the 6th for Ostrander. Bring in a lefty to face a righty in Collier, and Collier struck him out. His only at bat. First pitch fastball low from Bogosian. Ballers with 1 challenge left. Idaho Falls with 2. Yo 1. Morgan swings and misses, chases a fastball high at 91. All right, well, in the 9th, Leahy, Buford, and Almanza, the 3 scheduled hitters. 1-1. Swung on, fouled away. With how this is going right now, I'm not sure you're hitting the Panazzi curveball. So you might just try to sit on 95 and hope you can jack one out of here. It's 1-2. The next pitch popped up and out of play. Oakland with 8 hits in the ballgame. And all but 1 are singles. Cobb's double is the only thing else they have. 1-2 pitch hit out to center field and deep. Chasing back Bugs. He will get there and make the catch about head high. And it's the 2nd out of the 8th. Well, that's why Bugs is in the lineup, is to steal base hits away like that. He would not want anybody else patrolling center field right now. Here's Spencer Rich, the center fielder. He's been on base twice. He had the RBI double, which gave Idaho Falls the lead in the 6th. First pitch, line drive, down the line for a base hit. It's into the corner, the right field corner. McKenzie to go chase it out. Rich, is he thinking 3? He picks up his coach. It's just going to be 2. It's his 2nd double of the game. Just hit that one the other way past Almanza down the line. And in that corner, it's always going to be extra bases. A 2-out double. It's slightly complicated the comeback narrative. Baumgart comes to the plate. Now, if Bogosian can retire him, we can talk about the 1-run deficit still. First pitch is outside, 84. It's 1-0. The umpires come out just to ask one of the pitchers to remove a glove, which is almost on the field, next to the bullpen, which is on the field. Pitch to Baumgart. He takes low, 2-0. Kirkland Banks is on deck. 4-3 Idaho Falls in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, a runner at second. The pitch to Baumgart. Now he takes a strike. Slider on the outside, 2-1. Bogosian's got the good arm speed on the velocity of the fastball at 93. And then he's got the good slider. A 2-1 pitch. Baumgart takes low at 85. Now 3-1. First base is open. Banks is on deck. You don't want to be putting too many guys on. The 3-1 pitch. Baumgart, line drive, left field, base hit. They're going to send the runner. Santos is going to have to come up throwing. His throw is not in time. And to second goes Baumgart on the RBI single. It's 5-3. And there you have no choice but to try to gun the guy at home. So it has complicated the comeback narrative.
Now batting for your Chuckers, the third baseman, number 7, Kirkland Banks.
That's Kirkland Banks. They're going to rule a double on that, which don't think is correct, but I'm not the one scoring. First pitch to Banks is high. Also, these stats don't save, and the only thing that matters is if Oakland wins or loses. Back-to-back two-out doubles in the 8th. That's huge for Idaho Falls. Banks looks at a strike, 92 outside. It's 1-1. So we'll now take at least one runner on to tie this game. Bogosian to the dish, and Banks hits a ground ball to first. It's cued to Almanza. He goes to the bag himself, and that is the final inning, or final out of the 8th. Will it be the final inning for the Ballers? They trail 5-3, and they would need 2 runs to see this game through to the bottom of the 9th. Panazzi back out, trying for a 2 2/3 inning save on 860 AM, The Answer. Top of the 9th, Ballers trail 5-3 on 860 AM, The Answer. Panazzi is in for a 2 2/3 inning save. He's struck out 4 of 5 hitters he's faced. He'll face Leahy, Buford, and Almanza. Leahy today is 0 for 4. The first pitch from Panazzi. Swung on and missed, 88 on the cutter, and Leahy swings through it. Ballers will have to win this with their bats. They trail by 2 in inning 9. This is it. The 0-1, Leahy takes a fastball outside at 93. I mean, the curveball is so good from Panazzi that I'm sure he really wants to save that for a strikeout pitch on 2 strikes. The 1-1. Leahy, a ground ball toward the backhand of Mata. He stops, he gets up, his throw is in time. Good stretch by Rogers at first to keep his foot on the bag. It's a 6-3 ground out. 1 away in the 9th.
Now batting for the Ballers, the designated number 15, Cam Buford.
Here is Cam Buford. Buford the DH today, 1 for 3 with the sacrifice fly. Brought in the first run. First pitch to Cam, fastball high and outside at 94. I get the feeling there will be no other pitcher in this 9th inning than Panazzi. Come heck or high water. The 1-0 now to Buford. Here it comes. He takes high and away, 2-0. Almanza on deck. He will bat in this game. Harris is in the hole. He would love to. Buford takes down and in. 3-0. And if you're Cam, you've got to take a pitch here. Panazzi has thrown 28 pitches through 2 innings. 2-0, or rather 3-0 to Buford. There's strike one. A cutter. I'm calling it a cutter. Different profile from that fastball he throws. Either that or a very tight slider. 3-1. Panazzi to the dish. It is strike two. 88 at the top of the zone. Now 3-2. Cam, if he sees a pitch he doesn't like, will have to probably use up that last Oakland challenge. Let's see if Panazzi tries to dazzle him with the curveball. The payoff pitch is on its way. He doesn't hit him, but it's ball four. It was the curveball. He spiked it right past Cam's feet. He tap danced out of the way, and he is on base. That's ball four. And now here comes Troy Percival to have a word with Niccolo Panazzi. Here is Almanza. The Ballers, at the very least, will have the tying run at the plate. This is when baseball is good. The times when you know on the next pitch the game could be over or the game could be tied. And that's how thin these margins are right now in the playoffs. And even so, thinner in the championship. Here is Almanza. 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. He's looking for something to drive. The first pitch to Almanza. He swings and misses. Got him on that cutter. The 0-1 pitch. Swing, a ground ball, foul, 94 inside. And now he has Almanza right where he wants him, down 0-2. Danny Harris on deck. Dylan Tatum in the hole. The 0-2. Almanza, a half swing. Does he go? No, says Rob Minter, and I agree. One and two. That was the big breaking ball. Almanza's got to be ready for 95 as much as 83. It's a tough spot. The 1-2 pitch. Almanza swings and misses. And that is just an unbelievable breaking ball. I mean, that's almost 3,000 RPMs at 83, and that is very hard to hit. It is no wonder this guy got scouted by the Reds. 5 Ks for him. And it's 15 strikeouts for Idaho Falls pitching tonight. And it's hard to win a ball game if you're not putting the ball in play. The Ballers have not had a hit since the 6th. First pitch to Harris. Fastball, low, ball 1. Anything to get Dylan Tatum in at bat in this game. He was the first man that Panazzi faced, and he struck him out. The 1-0 to Harris. Swing, a ground ball, foul past James Harris. It's 1-1. Late on 94. 5-3 Idaho Falls leads, an out away from winning this first game of the championship series. Standing back in is Harris. The 1-1, playing behind the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Harris looks at strike 2 on the outside. 1-2. Harris will challenge. Might as well. Do not take that with you. And that's it for Oakland. It's a confirmed strike. Oakland down to its last strike. And the crowd, which I would say maybe today is around 1,000 folks, comes to their feet. And we have timeout again. The umpire says it's a 2-2 count.
Fans, I can't hear you. Make some noise.
Penazzi kicks, fires. Harris toward left field in his Pelk. He will make the catch, and the ball game is over. 2 hours and 59 minutes for Idaho Falls to seal their first win of this championship series. Oakland will now really be on the back foot and really will be pressured into trying to come out of Idaho Falls with a win. If they do not, it would be tough to return home already down 2-0 in a 5-game series. Tomorrow will be big. We'll take a break and come up, wrap up the totals on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball here at 860 AM The Answer. It is a loss in Game 1 for Oakland. 3-8-0. That's all they can do. 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors for Oakland. 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors for Idaho Falls. It was an extremely well-pitched game. It was a very good defensive game as well, and a all-around great baseball game. 2 hours and 59 minutes. I have not gotten the official attendance yet. The win goes to Julian Hernandez, who pitched the top of inning 6, went 1 inning, allowed a hit and a walk, and had 3 strikeouts. After he left, Pappas hit his 2-run home run, and then Rich knocked in Benjamin Rosengard. They're currently interviewing, looks like, number 29, Nicolo Pinazzi, on the field, who surely is player of the game, shutting down Oakland, earning a save, his first one of this championship series. 2 2/3 innings. He faced 9 batters, striking out 5 of them. I mean, they just had no answer for him. The bullpen for Idaho Falls ends up pitching the final 5 innings and allowing 1 hit to Oakland. So there you go, if you want to point to something. That's 11 left on, by the way, as well for Oakland. Idaho Falls, a deserved win today. They had the big bats going. They had the bigger hits, a home run, a couple of doubles, and that will do it for Game 1 tonight. We're so glad to have everyone along with us. We will be back tomorrow. It'll be a 6 o'clock broadcast start Pacific, a 6:05 first pitch. The Ballers will need to win tomorrow to avoid trying to come back to Oakland down 2-0 and play 3 elimination games. That would be an uncomfortable existence for them. Noah Milliken, their ace, will be on the mound tomorrow, and we'll try to get Oakland a win. That's it for us from Idaho Falls tonight. I'm Tyler Peterson. Thanks to Chris Dorr, who is running things back in the studio for us. I'd like to appreciate everybody who tuned in with us as well. Once again, the final score, Oakland loses. Idaho Falls wins Game 1 of the championship series, 5-3. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:05 pack time. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening.